So if you could direct your attention to that side of the gallery.
I'm just checking if you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
I just want to stand over here so I can explain, like my piece of work. This is a bottle of a canoe. And canoe, the name in our language, we call it wa. Wa harak means, like sail. Sarak, sail. Wa is the name of the canoe. Every canoe, like they call it wa. And wa in our language is the faith in our body. That's why it's really important, like canoe is very important to our culture. Because, like it brings the food, everything. You go out sailing, you go exchange, and then you bring food, you go fishing. And I think that's why they call it wa, because, like it's a pain in your body. It's a vessel in your body. That's what, like it brings blood, like circling in your brain. So it's coincidence with the name of the ship, right? The ship, they call it vessel. Why do they call it vessel for? Because, like that's what, like it's bringing and, export things. So, wa and vessels are the same meaning. So maybe it just, like, I don't know how, like we have the same explanation, but it's very, very important. You go and then you meet another, like friend, family on the other islands, meet your girlfriend. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Mario. I'd like to call on awardee Miss Susan Castro-Rivera.
Good day, everyone.
Hey.
I am so honored tonight. I can't believe that I'm standing here being one of the awardees for the CNMI. And but like I said last night to Ms. Anika, it feels like when they say you have to rush and just do it in the end. I was like that. I was one of those, I guess, I wasn't really sure whether I was even going to apply for this grant because it's my first time and I did not know where to start. So I started, I guess, by answering a question. And I was so honored, and I feel like, Creative West is the best. Because they will keep pushing you. They kept pushing me every day, hey, your application is not complete. And it took me to realize just a couple of days before that, hey, I think I need to do this. I started with question number 1, and question number 1 was so emotional. It got me back to where I was born and raised, which is my island of Rhoda. And everything just poured out from how I was raised just to come out with my identity, because that is where it started. Coming from a big family with my mom raising us, and my mom at the time when I was a little girl was a Chamorro medicine practitioner. So, because before that, I guess before she had all 11 kids, she was actually a nurse, but she had to quit because she had to care for us. So if I get too emotional, please bear with me. But I just want to get to the point though where when I was a little girl, I would be the one going around the village, going into the jungle with my family to look for the medicines. And I also added that we also go looking for the snails. I don't know if you guys remember the calea, the little snails. And we will go pick those and brass. So since I was a little girl, I guess I learned the importance of not just being in a big family, but caring for the family, caring for yourself, and the very importance of growing up and to be resourceful and to make that little money. So I was that as a little kid, and it just like the question number one just brought all that back. So that really just from there just pushed me to say, hey, there's more questions. And then it got easier. So that was the hardest part. So tonight I brought some of the things that I do. And my goal is, and I've been doing this now for a year, haven't been gone for almost most of my adult life in the States. I came back and I felt like, you know, there was something missing. I've always been a cultural practitioner when I was away in the diaspora. I even raised my kids to be, you know, to perpetuate our language. I got my kids into learning even how to speak Chamorro. So if anyone knows Mr. Josh V, he even was learning so much Chamorro when he came here. But that's how I was, is even when I was away, I made sure that even my kids will someday come back and they know and understand their culture. So I do that even when I was there in the States. So coming back, and like I said, you know, I decided one day that, you know what, maybe this is a calling for me, that I would do what my mom would used to do. And because I see nowadays, is, you know, there's a lot of medicine. The Western medicine is readily available for us, but it comes with a big cost. Our Chamorro medicine is readily available in the jungles, and for the most part, they're free. Because, you know, you just go in there, you get them and make them, and in the olden days, they're readily available just like drinking tea, and they're not going to kill you. We don't know what's all in those Western medicines that we get from the hospital. So to move on, my staff are here. This is what I do. Is I also just started doing outreach. So on Fridays, like tomorrow morning, I'll be out there. The kids will be coming from the school, and I teach them about the importance of our tradition. It teaches them not only our tradition, our culture, our history, and I even tell them that even what I do is even involves some chemistry that we probably will never think that our Chamorro medicines have. What I have here are some oils. I also do healing oils, because healing oils nowadays are very important. As I would tell the kids, back in the days, we don't buy those expensive perfumes and oils. We use the coconut oil to put it on our body as lotion. We put it on our hair, and the women look great back in the days. So we didn't have to buy all. And then if you want something that smells good and you don't want to smell coconutty to school, I also make coconut that is infused with the ilang-ilang. It's the and then when I touch on saying the ilang-ilang, I want to bring that up too. That my other goal is to bring to Saipan, because in Rhoda, a lot of these medicines, a lot of the trees are readily available. I came here and sometimes I just cannot find the sibukal, for example. I have not found any sibukal here in Saipan yet. I had a hard time finding ilang-ilang. so now I have planted it myself. I've been planting a lot of the trees and medicines that I want us to bring forward, because our goal, as you know, as at our age, is that we need to bring it to the younger generation. We need to continue this tradition, because if it can come from my grandma, who was one of the well-known traditioners, Natividad Taisek and Mangloña, and had passed it down to my mother, Inez, and then like I said, it's a calling for my mom, because every day I wake up and then, you know, I don't want to cry, but I think this grant is kind of like a push. I feel that push that my mom is like, you need to do this. And thank you, Creative West, because next month I am going to Rhoda to head into that jungle to go find those medicines myself. Anyway, as I was saying, I've got here, you know, it's in this case, but now that it's the flu season, I'm promoting they call it Amosago. So it's good for the kids, because the kids are not going back to school, and then it's also rainy season. So I try to, you know, inspire the kids, so that I tell them, if you tell your moms that Auntie Sue makes the medicine, so that if there's somebody that is catching the flu or had already gotten the flu, come and see Auntie Sue, so I can let them drink the chamorro medicine, because of course I cannot just prescribe it to the kids. They're too young. And anyway, so I also, like I said, do other oils. I'm also something that I didn't grow up with, but I'm starting to see that it's become a big thing here in the islands. It's the Dao oil, which is very good for the skin. Okay, so I also do that. And if you want to come later on, you can see I also have the Acentum Gap here, which is also a very big thing, the same thing as the Sibukal. I would like to be able to supply families, because as I was saying, when we were little kids, every household would have this piece of wood. It's the Sibukal. And does anyone know what we use that for? Anyone? When we were little, and you know, we crash with our bicycles, or we fall in the rocks and we're all bitten up, our parents will start cooking this medicine, and then this medicine, and I always will explain it, because the kids love it when I tell them the chemistry. It's darkish pink or red. When you boil it, then you have to have the vinagrin tuba, which is the coconut vinegar. You put that vinegar in there, and it turns yellow. So then that will tell you it's ready to drink. So then the kids are fascinated with that too, because it's like, that's chemistry right there, the one that I was talking about. So I think that's it for me. And like I said, again, humble thank you to Creative West. And it's not just from me, it's, I guess, from all of us here that might not be able to have a chance to stand up here to thank Creative West. We're also honored. Thank you.
Talk about continuity, preservation, and sustainability. The right-off point. Next, we'd like to call on Vincent Salas, second.
Second, I'm a practitioner of. How's that audio? Is it okay? I feel like one of my ears is plugged up and having an ear infection. Sorry. Sounds weird on my side. I'm going to move over here a little bit. So, I'm a practitioner of spoken word poet. It's my contemporary, but I'm also, my art form as also as a filmmaker and video artist. And capturing and encapsulating the fusion of contemporary, which is spoken word, or poetry slams, or any poetry is spoken word, and traditional Chamorro Adzoti, which is a form of call and response ever since, as I say, ancient Chamorro, almost like call and response, spoken word, some equate it to even battle rapping. The fusion that I've concocted in my practice is when I do a rendition of one of my pieces, This Evening for You, entitled Adzoti, Way of the Warrior Poet. So, you know, I sacrificed getting a hospital because I didn't want to plug my passion. I'll even enjoy it. I'll earn my meal after this. Ekumuki esala Ginen urita Esala, gineni urita, gineni urita, gineni urita. Ekumuki esala, gineni urita, gineni urita, gineni urita. My heart is pure and full of fire, a full-on fiery weapon, firing freely into the light, speaking into the mic, a lifetime of life rhymes and freestyle progression. My mind is as sharp as a fire knife of surefire perception, spinning into your sight, leaping larger than life and reaching farther and mighty than a million men marching in a Martin Luther King Jr. procession. Like a gargantuan ancestor guardian descending upon the enemies of his descendants of a tremendously, endlessly marvelous aggression, this message speaks dividends to those in attendance when I send this soaring aura of warrior legends told in the centuries-old form of Chamorro oral traditions. Captivation in the imagination of nations of listening ears, far and near. Sometimes, some rhymes must be said instead of read in order for the soul to console itself from dread through emancipation and conquer fear. In order for the head to transcend the threat of hesitation, to make things, fill that void with graceful cadence, poise, and patience, to produce amazing creations. In other words, create great things when the thoughts are clear. And I'm just getting started. This here's the warm-up. The end is far from near. Ekumuki esala, gineni urita, gineni urita, gineni urita. Maling na tata, maling na tama, maling na atsa, maling na ama, maling na tata, maling na tama, maling na atsa, maling na ama. Sayamasu.
Very dynamic. I don't know about you, but that kind of just took me back, really experience, like I was immersed a little bit in our culture that we don't hear or feel very often because we're so in the modern era of technology and we can't be without our phones. It's a lifeline now. But I have this thing in a memory book that I made for my class reunion, and it says. My son asked, "So mom, how was it back in your time?" And the mom just went and unplugged the internet and took away the phone. There, that's how it was. So yeah, thank you for that, Vincent. Very, very really you feel it. Next, I'd like to call on April. April,
Hi, so I don't want to use the mic. So can everyone hear me? Yes. Okay. So yeah, my name is April Becky. I'm a dance instructor. We don't, as a dancer, I know this is gonna be like a repetitive thing for dancers, right? We don't really speak and we kind of just get on the stage and perform for you. But yeah, so I'm gonna get to that. So my first number is entitled Tabo Malefa, means don't forget. It's a reminder to respect our elders, one another, and most especially our ancestors. So the dance I choreograph is a blend of colonial and Pacific culture influence. So here I go. It's Tabo
You need me to
Malefa.
move that? I can move it for you.
Okay, yeah, sure. This is my first time also dancing solo. I do have a group called Semita Marianas, which means Seed of the Marianas. And we actually also were honored to participate in the 2016 Guam Festback, and then the previous one was the 2024 in Hawaii. And this is actually one of the songs that I came up right away last year, and we were honored to showcase it in Hawaii. Here I go. Celebrating our art and the community that we share. So we're gonna go ahead and have everybody stand up. Grab a partner.
traditional dance group for senior citizens. Okay, next grant cycle.
Yes.
Okay, project. That was very moving, and also kind of woke us up a little bit. So now for the exciting, most exciting part of our program, our awardees moment. And may I please call on some people to assist with that. I'd like to call Ms. Hanika Tinay, our Lieutenant Governor, Honorable Dennis Vinjola, our Speaker of the House, Edmund Gomez, and our Mayor, Arvi Kamatsu. Please come. Can I please ask Emma? Okay, I'd like to call on the awardees, and as I call your name, please come to the front and stand a moment when you get your plaque for a quick photo op. Okay. First on our list is, and by the way, this is in no order of anything else other than alphabetical. So we'll call on Alejandro P. Agutu.
Hey guys, give me a minute. All right, on 3, 1, 2, 3. And I think Mark's one. Just a minute. Ready? All right.
Next we have Antoinette Rosemary T. Rabasa.
I got it.
That's the dance song.
I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Next we have Divine and Pua. Congratulations, you're so much.
One right here. 1, 2.
Next we have Jan Ariani P. Rajan.
One right here. 1, 2.
I'd like to call on Cami Diaz Egurola. Cami is from Guam and she's here to support.
One right here. 1, 2, 3.
Next we have Leilani I. Marciano. You go, girl!
You got it, senora.
One right here. 1, 2, 3.
Would you like to serve?
Hey.
Next we call on Magdalene Reed R. Santos.
Guys, can we get one more, please, on 3. 1, 2, 3. One right here. Thank you. 1, 2, 3.
Master Navigator Mario Benito.
Consigue, Mario.
1, 2.
Call on Mary Elizabeth San Nicolas.
Wahoo champion! Congratulations.
Viva Rhoda!
Next, we call on Susan M. Castro Cabrera.
Congratulations.
Begitu Artiso.
Next, we call on Tanya Osales.
Yeah, Tanya.
Call on Vicente T. Salas II.
Sorry. Okay. Reset.
One right here, ready, 1, 2, 3.
We call on Victoria Joyce Well.
Baby Mom Victoria.
Hold on.
Now we call on William Jr. Adriano.
One right here, ready, 1, 2,
Can I get one here? It's his actually. 1, 2, 3. Viva Marionas.
Those are our 15-16 awardees for the PJAF 2025. Congratulations. Okay. I'd like to just go right into our next part of our program, if it's okay. I'd like to the LT.
Thank you, Maggie. So, before I get into my appreciation remark, I really wanted to just kind of highlight some stuff that I kind of witnessed tonight that's quite interesting. For one, I wanted to say April. I didn't expect to dance tonight, but I think I'm a good dancer. To Mr. Salas, sir, I can assure you that that was an outstanding form of art. I've never witnessed it before, and I'm honored to be a part of that. So thank you for that. And then of course Auntie Sue, one of the interesting part is, Auntie Sue is family, of course. We come from the same line of family, but a lot of the stuff that she mentioned about, the medicine and like having the sibukao. I actually grew up with my grandmother, so that's a true statement because, I was kind of one of the rough ones in the house and I'm always getting hurt, so I can promise you that the medicine is constantly being shoved down my throat. So, growing up, I tried all kinds of medicine from amod makpung, amod sinago, tabadizo. It's quite interesting, and now that I'm older, I kind of realize how much of an art, our culture is. It's very instrumental in the way our lives, we grow up in a life. It's quite interesting, and we don't really appreciate it growing up. Even some of the stuff that we do, for example, the batsu, bailan batsu, right, as chamorros, that's one of the very important dance that, I saw my grandparents and parents dancing growing up. But then we kind of moved on and became, kind of Americanized, and we tend to, lose a lot of the, the cultural values that, we were brought up. And really, if you talk about art, for me, that is art. Our culture is art. That's how we express our social interaction and all that stuff. So, tonight, I'm reminded by that, and I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody that is here tonight. Maggie, thank you for always, trying to get me a part of this. To Western Creative West. Outstanding work. I saw some of the message that came from the coordinators, and they said that you were really instrumental in bringing our our grants to our people. So with that, on behalf of the governor and myself, we want to extend the appreciation to you and the team that made this possible. Along with the director and the co-grant writers, everybody that came together to actually put this together. Moana, I remember your name because I love the show, so outstanding. And it's really easy. When I saw that, I was like, Moana, it's my favorite show, one of my favorite shows, so I'm going to remember your name. But really, thank you to everybody that made this possible. I can tell you that, given the stressful economy that we have, this is really something that's beneficial to our people, and we truly appreciate this. On behalf of the governor and myself and the people of the CNMI, we thank you for this. Susmasi.
Thank you, Lieutenant, for that really nice message. And yes, we can't thank you enough, Creative West. This is kind of like out of the program, and I'm sorry, but it is our turn, I believe, to give thanks to two very special ladies who have held our hands through the development of this project. Seeing that they are now our personal consultants via Creative West, it is only proper that we get to know them more personally and as well as professionally. So I'll give a little bit of insights about, I'm going to start with Annika here. But mind you all, there is a whole lot more to say about this lady's fierce commitment in just about anything and everything she does. First, I'd like to say that she began her professional career in the arts in 2008 as music and arts director of a 5,000 plus multicultural community in South Africa.
Wow.
Okay, there. Returning to the U.S. in 2014, she worked with a number of arts organizations as a stage manager, producer, gallery coordinator, and subscription sales associate. She initially joined the Western Arts Federation, now known as Creative West, in 2021 from her position as manager of national education initiatives at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, where she worked since 2018. She was hired to be West Staff's Director of Social Responsibility and Inclusion. Ms. Annika holds a bachelor's degree in political science and a double master. She has a master's in arts management and a master's in public anthropology. Fast forward to today, she's Creative West Director for Grants and Programs and our personal consultant. Yes. On a personal note, she loves her ocean. She's out at 5 a.m. already soaking and swimming in our waters and sailing with 500 sails. She's quite at home here. I'd like to call our Lieutenant Governor back, our Speaker, Edmund Villagomez, up here, and our Mayor, and our co-designers, please, to come up and help present our thank you gift. Miss Hanukkah, we'd like to call you up to give you our special thank you. Where's Lenny? Lenny. I say my name. We'd like to thank you so much for all the personal assistance, all the 5 a.m. and 2 a.m. Workshops that we had together, trying to put this together. We thank you so much. On behalf of the CNMI governor, our lieutenant governor, our leaders that are here, our CNMI is very grateful.
You don't need enough, or you don't have enough. You don't have enough.
And please stay up here. Next we recognize Moana. She was recently hired by Creative West to be the Pacific Jurisdiction Artist Fund Project Manager. Prior to her position, she was with the National Endowment for the Humanities, but Senior Policy Analyst for West Staff, Pacific Initiative, and Assistant Director of Education Outreach prior to going to NEH. I understand she's juggling time here and there while walking us through this PJAF and keeping awake to work on her master's program. Ms. Annika Tenay, our governor and lieutenant governor, our artists and cultural practitioners, and our entire CNMI thanks you for your service to our people and our islands.
Did you get your master's?
I'm currently doing it right now. I have class at 10, so.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's want to see it.
This girl.
So,
Right. Thank you, Lynn.
and, oh, yeah, photo op.
Oh.
Photo op. Don't go yet. Two more to give thanks to, and our funders. So the funding, as we understand, came from Mackenzie Scott Foundation, and the PJAF group was coordinated by Creative West. So we'd like to give thanks also to Creative West and to Mackenzie Scott Foundation. So we'd like both of you again to come up and receive
Nice pose.
Wow, just a small token of our appreciation. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'd like the co-designers to stay up here with me, please. Lenny and Pat. I'm going to hand this over to Emma. I think I talked too much tonight. So I'd like Emma to tell you a little bit about her journey through this project.
I love that face.
Come on, girl.
Every journey has its the excitement at the beginning, the little squalls in the middle, the beautiful view, everybody working together to make it happen. And that's a bunch of people who love artists and love art and love culture got together. And I remember Anika saying it's like We want to give money to the artists. No strings attached, no fancy reporting, no detailed budgets. We just want to give them money because they need money to do their work, and we want to recognize them. And I wanted to thank the artists who helped each other with their grants, because I saw something happen that I didn't expect, is that when people got in a room together, and they didn't necessarily know each other because they're from different islands, they're different disciplines, but they all saw this goal, and they started helping each other, and it was magical. And I would just like the artists for a minute, if you would stand, please. I cannot express the love in my heart and the heart of the other co-designers and Creative West for what you bring to this community. And I think that what you share is this need to do what you do. You don't really have a choice. And I encourage you to listen to that voice and lean into it, and don't let a grant application stop you. You know, there are people who want to help, especially Victoria and Quinn were amazing in the grant writing process and just helping everybody. The more we help each other, we're not competing, we're helping each other. And I'm just so grateful that you are here and Wong and doing what you're doing, because each and every one of you, I have so much love and respect for what you're doing, and this place would not be what it is without. And I just want to say thank you, co-designers, for putting up with me, and I guess that's it. Oh, by the way, there were 60 applications from the CNMI. That's amazing. There you go, right?
Thank you for that, Emma. Now we're nearing the closing. I'd like to call on Miss Moana, so you don't miss your 10 o'clock. Please come on up for the closing.
Thank you. Banana sees Masi Antiro Umi. Good evening, family. Manuele Afiafi, Hugo Moana Palaleose. Ma o Abu. O Sao Mai, Luli, Ma Las Vegas, Ma Salt Lake City. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Moana Yose. I hail from the village of Luli, from American Samoa, as well as Las Vegas and Salt Lake City. Apologies to my elders in the room. My Chamorro and Rafalosh is not good, so I'm not a native speaker, but us diaspora are out here trying, so thank you. It is such a privilege to be with you here tonight in Saipan for the closing of the Pacific Jurisdictions Artists Fund celebrations. I want to begin by saying these islands hold a legacy that is unmatched. The peoples of the Marianas have always been innovators, biomimicking geniuses, engineers, and scientists. I think about the old Anson drawings, European attempts to capture what they saw, yet those drawings, even in their outside gaze, confirm what we already know, that the Micronesian people have always been builders of vessels, masters of navigation, and carriers of knowledge far beyond their time. That same brilliance lives in tonight in each artist in this room. You are not just recipients of a fund, you are the heirs of a legacy of resilience, of creativity, of survival and thriving. You embody the truth that our art forms are not ornaments, they are blueprints, they are designs that carry us into the future. I'm reminded of the words of the great Dr. Mangloña Meyer, who said, "Indigenous is simply a term for that which sustains." And look around. You, this island, this museum, this community, is a living testament to that truth. The weaving, the carving, the chanting, the painting, the poetry, all of it sustains us. It sustains memory, identity, and spirit, and it will continue to sustain generations to come. This is why we created the PGAF. I really should say this is why Annika Tene and her group and her team have created PGAF. Not as a charity, not as a handout, but as recognition and investment in what has always been here. As Pacific peoples, we sustain ourselves through culture, through art, through this wisdom of our ancestors carried forward in our hands and in our voices. To the artist, may you know your work, may you carry forward your work with courage and pride, knowing you walk in the footsteps of navigators, scientists, and innovators, whose legacy is written across the stars and the seas. And with deep gratitude, I want to thank those who made this moment possible. To Director Annika Tene, whose leadership and vision as director has guided this fund with strength and heart. I like to kid, this woman is not Pacific, but she is ours. I claim her. She is ours. She belongs to Oceania.
She's
And-
now.
Yes, exactly. And like she said, we've been on tour. We like to compare ourselves to the Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour right now. I feel like we've covered enough miles to compare. And it has been an honor and privilege, Annika. I am the beehive to your Pacific Beyonce. So thank you so much for being the incredible Black woman you are. To our dedicated co-designers here in Marianas, who gave their wisdom and time to ensure this work reflects the community. Me standing here right now is a product of them. I was voluntold to give this speech. I organized the agenda and kept taking my name off the agenda, and these two just kept putting it right back in. So thank you to Miss Hattie and Miss Maggie. Lenny, thank you so much for the actual hard work, the physical work you've done to really create this space for us. I've heard a couple of representatives and organizations tonight say they've never been here, and tonight was their first night. And so I encourage you guys to continue to support this organization, this placemaking. Lenny has made incredible work. And to our fearless leader, Emma Perez, and the 500 Sales community and Mangoes, thank you for all you guys have done. Emma was the guiding voice, and I loved the nice and elderly, organizing and letting me know how to really show up for community and how to convene with care. So I thank you, Emma, for that. Again, thank you to Maggie, Patty, Lenny, and Emma. Pavtai Lava for guiding me, for lending your expertise and showing me how to build community through love and respect. Sius Masis to stand for is Moylan. She's Creative West's Pacific Jurisdictions Manager. You actually have a resource here in the Pacific located in Guam, and whose steady care has carried us across islands with grace. This is truly a collective effort. And I do want to identify and thank you to JKPL Library for hosting our workshops. We're so grateful for you guys. Honestly, we were able to see you yesterday, and we're so grateful for the space you've created for community. Thank you to Glow and the CCAC team for supporting our artists. And we remiss not to identify Leo and Uncle Donald and the Humanities Council for storytelling and behind the CNMI. So as we close tonight, I say again, this is not just an ending, it is a beginning. Our art sustains, our people sustain, because that's who we are. See you, Smasi. Thank you.